Hello everyone, this is Polygon Wizard, and I am on the XPD Plotworld Creative Server. This is exactly where you spawn in, so you can see some people popping in behind me. And I'm going to show you what I've been building on this server, so let's get started. So this is kind of the lobby area, guys, where you show up on XPD for the first time. This is where you will be. And they have several rooms here with kind of rules, and if you have world edit and anything enabled, you can look at how to use them. You don't get world edit unless you donate to the server, and it's a limited version of it. I don't have it. I'm just on here for free. You've got commands in here, so you can use some different ones for getting player skulls and stuff. We're not going to do too much of looking at that. You got a room here, a library of micro blocks, which is one of the cool things on here. You can teleport into it. But basically it's a skull, like a skeleton skull or something. Wither skull like you'd find in vanilla, except with all sorts of different textures. So that you can do some cool stuff with it. You have in here plots, which is teleports to some of the bigger plots on here. So Flip Crafter is one of the kind of community people, manager people sort of on here. This is Xisumavoid, however you say that. It's spelled with X's. I never know how to pronounce it, but I will put it in the description as well. A link to the server and his channel. He's the one who kind of owns and started this server. Then you've got Redstone Showcase at school. You've got Showcase, competitions, which are coming soon, apparently. Still, it's been coming soon for a long time. This room has expanded a whole lot. Like, there were maybe a half dozen plots showcased in here originally. And then they added a few up to Mort1984, my friend from company 008, who is building stuff and invited me on here, and that's where we're going to be going in a second. And they've added a ton more. So since I started building on here, they started an official YouTube channel, and they've done about, I think, 9 or 10 tour videos now of a few of these different places in here. So if you just want to come in and wander around and see some really cool stuff that people have built, some people build giant statues, some build houses, whatever, explore. There's tons of cool stuff on this server. But anyway, we're just going to go to where I've been doing stuff. Alright, we're going to turn F1 mode back off, boop, and we're going to turn this off too. I like the chat, but they're literally, you can't even see them all. There's over 100 people on here right now. It's crazy. So let's fly a little bit. This is a creative server after all. So anyway, welcome to Mort1984's plot. Everything on this plot was built by me, unless otherwise stated with a sign, me being Mort, not Polygon Wizard. All builders are listed on the bottom of this billboard. I've rearranged his sign a little bit since he's last seen it, so he might be a little surprised on this video, but hey. Holden1997. I like his skin, it's got a nice beard, man. Polygon Wizard me, and MarkX1984, which you probably recognize that name as well from other videos. From company 008. Mort's laptop died on him. This is a note I put on here. However, I think he has a lead on maybe hopefully getting money around for a new one or borrowing one or something, so hopefully he'll be back online soon. I miss you, buddy. Ah! Crap. There we go. Sorry. So he's inspired by B00100, Lynchy Inc., and Corrales, and the film Howl's Moving Castle is kind of the inspiration for this entire plot. And did I put that up there? I believe I put it up. Yes, Windshire Farm is kind of what he named it. He did a slideshow of it a little bit ago, and that's what he called it. So I was like, I'll put it on your actual sign. Dang it! Okay, I need to remember creative is a lot farther distance than you can gesture in vanilla, or not vanilla, survival. I am not going very well. So anyway, this is kind of a steampunk tower house heavy plot. It's very steampunk design. So we're going to fly around a bit and we'll go into some of them. and I will go show you kind of what I've built. You might recognize this from my Let's Play. It's slightly different. I got the dimensions wrong and didn't feel like changing it to be exactly the same, but it's kind of my greenhouse area that I threw in here, and then we terraformed some stuff around it. Mostly I just did that. Mort did a lot of the farms and things, hay bales and such. Mort has done the heavy lifting on here. He is a crazy builder. He's done tons of stuff. He's really talented. I hope he gets back on soon. I miss him. This here, however, is Holden1997's Wizard Tower. Hey, I'm a wizard. I like wizard towers. And this one's pretty cool. He has a tower on his plot, Holden does, that's like kind of this similar theme to the materials used, with purple clay and lots of stone brick and stuff, and it's huge. It goes all the way to the build limit. It's epic and awesome. It's definitely something you guys should check out if you come onto the XPD server. So he's got a cool little pit thing, and then you kind of have to fly to come up any taller up here. So if you're not a wizard, you're kind of stuck. Whoops. I'm not sure which house Mort built first on here, but here's one. That's kind of the typical Lynchy Inc. style medieval / steampunk house. This one's just kind of a single layer. Mort likes his little faucet things he puts on there. That's kind of the cool thing about steampunk. You can just add a lot of fiddly bits like propellers and lamps and things hanging off of it, and it will all look cool. Water wheels. So this one's got a lot more layers. This one, I believe, is the one I did the interior for, so let's walk in here real quick. Yep. Interior by Polygon Wizard. It's pretty cramped inside these places, so you can kind of only got limited room to do anything. Let's get that sign out of the way. It's a little bigger than the block. So I just threw a few things, didn't do anything super special. This was when I was on the plot. He said, hey, build something, man. You can do whatever you want. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So I started off doing some interior stuff, just messing around in his house he'd already built to kind of get jump started. So it just keeps going up. Got kind of a lamp. Whoops, I was trying to go sideways and it wasn't working out for me. And then we've got a little couch and reading area. As you can tell, I like bookshelves. Bookshelves are nice, they're pretty, they're colorful, and they're fun. So I put them in lots of places if I'm building a creative, because I don't have to make it. They're a little expensive, okay. In survival. Here's a couple more that, let's see, yes, these two are the ones that Mort built. He's got his clock face on here, which I think is pretty cool looking. I like it. Hanging melons. Palette of them. Water wheel and stuff. I don't think all the interiors in here are done. He was working on them before his laptop died. So we won't go into that one. This right here is place, let's see. Is this, yeah, over here is the front door. I was trying to remember where the front door was. Mark1984 from Company 008 built this little corner of the server here, and it's pretty sweet. He's really, really good at building interesting things, and he's pretty good on the interiors too. I wasn't sure how much of this he'd finished, but it looks like he's done some things. Whoops. I thought there was another way up in there, but there's not. You have to go outside. Yes, that's right. Kind of sucks if you have to go up when it's raining, right? Luckily, it doesn't do that on the creative server. So yeah, it looks like he's got a few little bedrooms and stuff in here. Not super fancy, but pretty cool nonetheless. And yeah, it looks like you need to do some more decorating up here, Mark. Got plenty of room for it. But as you can see, like, even just like the way his houses have their layouts and stuff are interesting. It's not just straight up. Like, here's the thing, here's a staircase, here's the room, there's a room. It's all interesting, like, the way the flow works. That's one of the important things with designing how the flow works, whether you're walking through it or flying through something. If it flows together well, that can help a lot, and it leads to interesting interiors, even if you don't do a ton with fancy furniture or anything. Even if you just do the basics, it's like, hey, it looks pretty good. So we'll take another look at the outside here. I like his little kind of lighthouse tower, I guess maybe is what you would call this. It's pretty neat. I like it. So up here, we'll go to quick, and then we'll end up where I've done stuff. This is Mort again, the owner of this plot. He did a floating island and attached a dragon to it. And this is his first dragon he ever built, apparently. I think it looks pretty good. As you can see, he's a fan of using cobwebs as smoke, so he's done it here with the dragon and on a lot of the chimneys on this thing. Over here is Mort's floating island with some more tower houses on it and some balloons that look a lot like BOO in his single-player Let's Play, his Building with BOO series. As the sign down there said, Mort is a big fan of BOO, as am I, so why not copy from one of the best builders out there? At least it's survival. He doesn't do a ton of creative, although the stuff he has done in creative mode, BOO, is pretty nice. Whoops. Still falling. Alright, over here is what I ended up with after several building sessions and starting out with just a few pillars on the ground. I had no idea what I was going to come up with, no idea what I wanted to build, just some sort of a tower thing. And I ended up with a tower house that is different in style from the other ones on here, but it still fits in here, I think. I've done a bit of work trying to make it have features like the other ones, like a water wheel and some propellers and just like this checkered roof and things like that. I have finished the outside. I am completely done with it. I thought about adding some vines to it, but I think I'm going to keep it as is. As you can see, I've done a lot of work with stairs and stone walls and things to add detail to the outside, so it's not just boring flat walls. And I don't know, I like how the shape turned out. It started out with as a tower, and then I kind of did this curve, and then I mirrored that over the top of it, so it got kind of this cool shape to it. Then Mort helped me out with a little bit of the shape of this up here that ended up being this roof after I noodled with it a lot, and I made these kind of greenhouse areas. I'll show you. Got some plants and stuff in there. I decided to not make it accessible from the inside. I could have, but I just didn't want to. I like how it's kind of gloomy down here with the shadows. So I've now finished on the inside the rooms in that there are them. I have not fully decorated everywhere. Like this first floor, it's not too bad. I want to tweak some things. But as far as the interior goes, I just have rooms. I need to go through here and spend some time. As you can see, empty. So I was trying to go for finish the layout and then go back and add furniture later. So I need to hire some interior decorators. So all of these, I want to make each floor slightly different. So you get a little hidden cubby hole under the stairs. Well, closet, it's not really hidden. And I use some of the same colors even though it's different materials. So I use this wool here that's kind of cyan and then stone to kind of tie it in with the exterior. And so far I put like this acacia planks in here to kind of help with the flow like I was talking about earlier, so that you can always find the stairs if you're unfamiliar with the building. So it gets a little bit bigger as you go up, and this is kind of the main area. This is overlooking the water wheel, and you can see out the window there. And these are kind of the biggest rooms in the place. So once you start going up here, it starts getting smaller again because it gets to more. I had to bring it in the walls because of if I broke it, I would be getting into the exterior, so I kind of had to compromise a little bit. So I've got rooms here. I'm not sure exactly what to do with them yet, but I will experiment and come up with things as I go, kind of like I've done with the rest of this thing. It's been interesting seeing how this turns out. I wrote a blog on, if you guys saw my video vlog, I'm saying this, my video announcing the Gamers Lounge, the podcast to do. We have a website now. I did a blog post on building in Minecraft without a plan, and I showed off this place here. I hadn't done as much of the interior as there is now, but I was talking about how sometimes if you start off just building stuff and then keep iterating on it and don't have a specific plan for where you're wanting to go with it, you can end up with something pretty cool, and it's a fun process for you as well, because it's a process of discovery where you look back at it and you're like, wow, I had no idea this is where I was going to get to. Alright, down the spiral stairs. So yeah, it takes a while to get back out of this place. There's not really a way to get out from the top. It's all enclosed, so unless you break out, which I've done a couple times and then fixed it, you have to walk all the way down the stairs. So I just wanted to walk back through here again quickly. This video is pretty long, but just to show you guys the layout again a little bit. Just like, look at all these rooms. And you keep going down, down, down. And eventually, we're back out. Show you these pillar bases here a little bit as well. So I've got the buried lamps down here, which cuts off the light a lot, even though they're exposed, because it's only kind of a quarter of the block. It doesn't light things up as much. So that's why it's still pretty gloomy at these feet, which I ended up actually liking, so I've left it that way. So as you can see, this is a tower house. You need hard hats. It's under construction. I had to-do lists. I had more, but now interior decorating is the only thing that's left on it. And I put a sign with my YouTube thing on here. I didn't have stuff like that originally on here because they have a rule on the server, don't do it in chat, and I think technically it's not anywhere, but I've seen during the tour videos here that XPD has put out, their official ones, a few places that they actually had that on signs, and they've also specifically linked it on those videos, so I figure it's okay, but I can always, signs are easy enough to kill, so if it's a problem, I'll take it away, and not a big deal. I also will show you a few, like, I've done some trees out here where they're quote-unquote custom. Some of them are normal, where you build, use tricks to build the big Minecraft trees and then rebuild the trunks a bit. So when I was filling out this area, I was doing that and planting some grass and stuff, and then by the time we get over here, other people, like Mark, had planted grass and things. But as you can see, normal plots, no idea whose plot this is, but you start out with emptiness. There's nothing there. So all of this plot here pretty much was built by hand. Mort, when he started out, did not have World Edit. I believe he has it now because he donated to the server since he liked playing on it so much. And I don't know if he's used it or not on here, but most of it has been... Ooh, yes, I forgot this little bridge and tree over here. I think Mark did this. I'm not sure about the tree, but or maybe it was more, I don't know. One of those two did this, but I think this tree is pretty awesome. I like it. Kind of a big willow tree, sort of. But yeah, this is Mort1984's plot, the Windshire Farm. A quick tour of it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will be bringing you guys more Minecraft content soon. Let's, as you can see, without flying around, it's pretty tall up there. So, anyway, that's the last bit of the tour. I just want to show you guys what I've been building recently. So this is kind of one of the things I've been doing. And I will catch you guys later. Hopefully, I've been wanting to put together a video for Attack of the B Team mod pack. I've been playing some of that, so I want to get a video together. Unfortunately, the server my friend Double Tap rented is down at the moment, so I can't record during this snow day when I'm doing all these videos. I'm out of work due to weather here, which is crazy because the business that I work for doesn't ever close because it's related to the medical field, so we kind of got to be out there. But it was bad enough they decided to close it today because we had a bunch of snow and ice and stuff. So I'm trying to do as much recording as I can since I haven't done it in a long while, so I can get you guys some stuff. I want to share with you what I've been doing. So here's one more piece of that. Hopefully I can get the Attack of the B Team and stuff. Share you some of that as well. So anyway, enough rambling for me. That's the end of the tour of the Windshire Farm, and I will see you guys later. Take it easy.